Hey guys, it's Adrian and I'm here today for our live business Q&A launch hour. I'm so excited to be here today. Give me a second while I adjust some things, get on IG, and we will get started. So let's see. Ask me anything. Live business Q&A. All right. Hmm. Hello, welcome. We're here for live business Q&A launch hour. Ask me anything related to branding, marketing, entrepreneurship, or how to grow a service-based business to six figures a year or more. Okay, so I'm here today. I'm excited to be here. Let me see if I can. Let's see if I can improve my view a little bit. Okay, it's not. Welcome. Welcome. Okay. So as I wait for people to join, Live Business A Q&A launch hour is an opportunity for you to find out about how to grow your business to six figures. On this call, I'll be here for the next 30 minutes or so. Hopefully, I don't burn up. It's a little warm in here. But welcome, Reggie. Welcome, Pamela. Basically, this is your opportunity to ask me anything, in relation to growing a business. So if you have a business, if you're thinking of starting a business, ask me anything in relation to that. Welcome, Kenitra. So I am waiting for my first question. So submit your questions in the comments. Honestly, it can be about anything. So really ask me, whatever you want. I'm here to answer. And while I wait for questions, let me think about a some frequently asked questions I get. Um, let's see. Let's see. What do I want to talk about today? Let's talk a little bit about. Thank you, Kaditra. I just got my hair done yesterday. That's why it's still looking halfway. It's looking fresh. We'll see. I don't think it's gonna last to Thanksgiving though, unfortunately. But we'll see. Maybe. And hopefully it's not Michael. Yeah. Okay. My mic is on. Good. But yeah, so this week I've been having a lot of discussions about how to differentiate yourself online. A lot of people, when they have a business, when they launch a website, they will. They'll do the branding process, they'll do the web design process, but they won't actually do any research before then. Um, to establish what they are, how are they going to differentiate themselves and position yourself. So one of the things that I want to really encourage you guys to do, and you can even do this even if you've already launched your brand and website, you can still do this, but you really want to think about who are your competitors in the market and how are you going to differentiate yourself from them. And when you think of your competitors are not these seven-figure, million business companies, seven, eight-figure, nine-figure, whatever. Those are not your competitors. Your competitors are the other small businesses that are similar in size, similar in resources. They may be local to where you live. So if you like, I'm in the DC area, some of my competitors are going to be DC area or Silver Spring, Maryland competitors because some people, when they're searching, the location based searches will come up first. So make sure that before you are differentiating yourself, before you are and I'm going to talk down to Instagram because it looks like this is where people are viewing. Hello. But yeah, before you are before you're launching your brand and website, or if you need to do a relaunch, you just really want to think about what makes you different. And in your competitive analysis, so when I first went full time with my business, I did a competitive analysis of about 20 to 30 different companies, and these were other local small businesses that did branding, that did web design, that did marketing coaching. And I wrote them down in an Excel document, and I looked at their website. So I tried to find the packages and services that they offered that were competitive or equal to things that I was going to offer for my business, or I wanted to offer for my business, because I wanted to make sure that when someone does competitive research in regards to working with me or working with someone else, that my packaging and pricing is going to be competitive with them. So I strongly encourage any small business owner, or every small business owner, to do a similar process where you figure out a list of 20 or 30 different competitors. You write down their name in Excel document, you write down their website, you write down their phone number, you write down what packages they offer that are competitive with something that you want to offer and what's included in it, so that you make sure that what you have included is similar. And then what their pricing is. If their pricing is not listed on their website, then you want to go to, um, you want to actually contact them. And I have a YouTube video about this. I think it's Doing Your Competitive Research, I think is the name of it. So check out my YouTube channel and search that one. But yeah, you just want to make sure, if you don't see their pricing on there, you'll want to contact them. And the way that you contact them so that they don't catch on to who you are is you create a fake persona for yourself. So you give yourself a different name, you create an email address that is associated with that name, that's not connected to, your actual self at all. I blocked my phone number. So when I would call in and stuff, it didn't show like any caller ID information about me. And then you create a fictional situation. So that situation for me, I said, I'm a social media company. I'm just getting out there, and I'm looking for pricing on a brand. Hi, Black Superman. Welcome. I'm looking for pricing on a brand, on a website. I want it to look like this. So I would talk to them so I could, one, I got an idea of how they did their sales calls, which most of the time was not very good. And then two, I got their pricing. They would send me their pricing information because they thought that I was a prospect. So that really helped me differentiate myself and set my pricing for my company, because I was able to analyze their companies. And then I also was able to build or modify my products and services to be comparable to what they were offering, as well as comparative in pricing. So I see a lot of people are on the Instagram right now. Welcome, welcome. We are having live business Q&A launch hour. So submit your branding, web design, marketing, or or how to grow a six-figure service-based business questions, and I will answer it live today. We have about 20 minutes left, so just submit them in the comments, guys. Don't be scared. I don't see any yet, but hopefully they're coming soon. So, yeah, don't be scared. Submit your questions. It can be anything. You don't have to feel like, like you might not even have a business yet, and that's okay if you don't. And if you see me looking up or down, when I'm looking up, it's because I am streaming on Facebook and YouTube, and looking down, I'm streaming on Instagram. So submit your questions. I see you guys, viewers, looking at me. Hey, hey, what's up? Let me see who it is. Let's see if I can see who it is. Oh, no, I can't see. Okay. All right. But submit your questions. I'm here. Oh, Kenitra said, I launched merch today. I was scared. What were you scared of? What were you scared of? And you said good feedback already. Nice. So it sounds like this is your first time launching merch. What were you scared of? And what questions do you have in related to selling more of your merch? Okay. If anybody has questions, submit them in the chat and I am here to answer them. Doesn't look like I have any coming in yet. Okay, while I wait for another question. Oh, wait. Yes, new entrepreneur experience, what people would say if it's not perfect. Yeah, that is great. Like what you're experiencing is what a lot of business owners experience. A lot of times you have to kind of do it scared. And a lot of times you'll launch things and it's not perfect, you know? Um, if you're anything like me, I'm like a perfectionist. So for such a long time, I had like perfectionism syndrome where I would not launch something until it would happen. So, congratulations on launching, even if not everything is perfect. Sometimes you need the opportunity for people to be able to like look at what you're doing, give feedback, and sometimes that feedback is what allows a more perfect version. And honestly, there's no perfect version. The best version of a product or service is a version that your clientele, your target market receives with really positive feedback and with sales ultimately. So the feedback that you want to do is you want to get something out there, and then, and it could be like your type B version, your type 3, type C version, but you want to get it out there. It's not going to be perfect the first time. And you just want to make sure that you try and get feedback from your fans about it. For example, this shirt I'm wearing, Purpose Focus, is part of my merch, part of my new line. And I launched my first shirt line, I Am My Brand, um, at least a year ago now. And so that was cool. But I got feedback. And like some of the feedback I got was like the font type on the male or the unisex sizing shirt, like it doesn't appeal to men as much because it's a little cursive. It's, like it just depends on the type of guy. But in general, that font was maybe not, you know, a font that they love. So that was something that I take note of. And then when I thought about expanding the line, I actually sat down with a group of friends who also, were good kind of prospective clients. And I asked them, what sayings would you like on, shirt? So we came up with a long list of different sayings that they liked. And then when I went to expand my line now, I picked sayings from the list of people that wanted it. So I got a lot of positive feedback now because the sayings that I have are not sayings that I, I didn't like just pick up. I did pick them, but I picked them from a source list from target clients. Thank you, Kenitra. Thank you, Kenitra. I love it. I'm so excited for you with the new merch. I'm so excited for you with that. Congratulations. So, if you have any questions, let me know. Okay. Ask me anything. So, if you are just tuning in, we are talking about branding, marketing, entrepreneurship, or how to grow a six-figure business. You can ask me any question in relation to that. So, submit your questions in the comments. Kenitra, Kenitra, do you want to come on? Let me know if you want to come on the screen with me. You can request to come on, and we can talk more about your merch. Okay. While I wait, um, let me. So since we're kind of talking about merch, let me get a little bit more into merch. So for people that are interested in, getting into creating their own apparel or anything like that, you can. One of the tools that I use to create my recent designs. So you can honestly, some of the designs, especially if they're mainly text based, you can probably create it yourself, even if you're not like a graphic designer. There's a lot of tools out there that make graphic design easy or easier for non-graphic designers. So one of the tools that I use to like do this design and some other designs that I have is Adobe Express. So Adobe Express is a website that I think anyone can access, and you can literally type in that you want logo, like a logo design, and it'll give you all these different templates that you can use. So you can go in there, you can create your design with the different templates, and then so then you have the templates going on, and you customize it, so then you have your logo for your shirt, or your saying for your shirt. You want to export it. You want to make sure that when you export it, you export it, I like to export it like 5,000 by 5,000 pixels, and that is just so that I can make sure that it's very, very high resolution and looking good and everything. So make sure that you export it. And then if you know someone who has someone who can do screen printing, or heat transfer printing has been very popular recently. You can get them to print it on apparel. And you can get apparel at arts and crafts stores like Michael's. They have some samples and some like shirts and things that you can purchase from there. If you want an expanded list, let me find the website that I ordered from. Eh, Oh, yeah. So if you want to expand it list, you might want to consider ordering from a website, like a bulk shirt website. And one of the ones that I'm using is called Jiffy Shirts, Jiffy, like Jiffy Pop Shirts.com. So that is a way that you can easily kind of get into launching some apparel. If you want to do it all yourself, then you'll want to consider buying that heat transfer device, and then all you got to do is, put it up somewhere. You can, at the very basic level, you could put up a Cash App or something, or a PayPal link or something of that nature, saying how much it costs and tell them to submit their sizes or whatever in the comments. And at a more advanced level, you can add it to an online shop. If you don't have a website yet, then you can set up like an Etsy store or something like that, where you don't have to really have a lot to put things up there. And if you do have a website, then obviously you'll want to put it on your website. I use WordPress. So WordPress has a plugin that you can use called WooCommerce that gives you the ability to open a store on your site. So that's the easy way. Hopefully, it sounded easy to you, that you can get into creating apparel for yourself or merch. Another thing you can do, and I mainly know about this process for WordPress sites, is that if you actually don't want to do the fulfillment of or the printing of ordering apparel and merch, you can go to what's the name of it? Oh man, what's the name of it? It's on the top of my tongue. Let me see if I, or whatever, tip of my tongue. Give me a second. I'm gonna see if I can find it real quick. Oh, I think it's called Printful. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's printful.com. See. Yeah, Printful. Okay, so if you go to printful.com, you can actually create design. So all you need is your logo design that's going to be on the shirt, and you can create the design, upload it in Printful, and connect it to your website, and they will actually do all of the printing and all of the shipping and fulfillment of your products. Or Printify. Oh, I haven't used that one. Printify. Let me see which one that is. Printify. Is that it? Okay. Printify is another one. So I didn't even know about that one. The one I've used is Printful. So that's awesome. So here we are, peeps in the comments letting us know of other resources. So I appreciate that. But yeah, so that's something that you can do. One of the benefits of doing that is that you don't have to keep any inventory. You don't have to worry about printing. You don't have to worry about the shipping and fulfillment of it. Um, another thing, so another, that's some of the benefits. Some of the drawbacks of it are that you cannot usually it take a large cut because they're providing a lot of stuff, like they're providing the shirt, they're providing the logo. So compare your pricing and things to make sure that that's right. And I don't know, there may be more options now than there were in the past, but in the past, um you couldn't really control the way that the what you are offering is packaged and shipped to them, to your client. So when you typically order from like an online boutique, there's something to the type of packaging that's in there, the little inserts and promos that they may have in the envelope. So um it just gives a little extra something more. So you are not necessarily able to do that with all of the different welcome, with all of the different suppliers. So it's just something good to know. Welcome. If you're just joining, we are talking about branding, marketing, entrepreneurship, or how to grow a six-figure service-based business. You can submit your questions in the comments about anything related to those topics, and I will answer it live. We have about 6 or 7 more minutes, so um, yeah. Submit your questions. I see you guys watching on Instagram, so please submit your questions. And if you haven't copped it, shameless plug, but my new merch is now available. It's on my website, Brand with AMW, which is my initials, Adrian M. White. And you can go to the shop page. So you can cop your Purpose Focus shirts, your I Am My Brand, Black Wealth Starts With Me, God's Got Me, Millionaire Loading. Let me see if I'm forgetting any. Entrepreneurship is not for the faint. So whole bunch of different styles for you. So cop your merch, support a small business, and I appreciate it. Brandwithamw.com/shop. All right. So, next question is, what is the most effective way to share a brand story? Tips. There are a couple ways, probably more than a couple, to share your brand story. One of the biggest ways to share your brand story is to share it continuously. So, on your social media accounts, specifically Facebook and Instagram, you should be sharing your story once a week. And I know that might seem like a lot, but if you have new followers that come in pretty frequently, they might not be going back to your older posts to see, to read them. basically. So they're not going to find out about your brand story on social media until you share it again. So share it as a post. I like to do it as a, usually I just put a picture of myself or a selfie, and then I share the story. Sometimes the story is the same story that I shared from the week prior, and sometimes it's been updated because there's changes in my business. So, social media, share your brand story like that once a week. On your website, your copy should be speaking to your brand story. It should also be speaking to um, the tangible benefits that your prospective client is going to receive from working with you. So it's not really so much about you. It's a lot more about them, what they're going through, and how you can guide them um, to something better. Okay. So those are the two places that you should have it. You should have it on your website, and you should be sharing it on social media once a week. Okay. Any other questions? You got about 3 more minutes. Any other questions? Any other questions? If you're wondering what a brand story is, so maybe you've never heard of a brand story is how you basically, you're welcome, Kenitra. A brand story is the story of you, how you got into, your business endeavor, um, what makes you qualified to be talking or speaking about it. And yeah, basically your journey. People like to hear it, especially when it's really relatable, like them, like you didn't have a ton of money going into it, or you had no money, but you kind of pushed through and you bootstrapped. Maybe something in your childhood really impacted you. For me, my family, I was basically born into a family of entrepreneurs. So that obviously really impacted me. All of my immediate family are entrepreneurs, well. I don't know if my mom, well, yeah, I would say my mom is too, because my yeah, everybody, my mom, my dad, my brother, my sister, my two first cousins, we all are very, very entrepreneurial. And that came from everybody but my mom. That came from my paternal grandmother, who was very entrepreneurial. So my dad's mom. So they instilled in their parenting entrepreneurship. And that's something that I want to instill in my kids too. And, you know, it's great. It's great. Okay, we got a couple minutes left. Does anybody have any final questions? I see there are a couple people still tuning in. Any questions? Any questions? Okay. Let's see. I'll give it a few more seconds. Okay. It doesn't look like there are any more questions, so I am going to wrap this up. I appreciate you guys tuning in with me. Catch the replay on Instagram, YouTube, and Brand and Convert with Adrian and White Facebook group. Also, subscribe to my podcast, Brand and Convert with Adrian and White. It's available on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Music. Support me, a new podcaster. I can't tell you how much I'll appreciate it. Until next time, see you later.